Everyone, let's welcome Angelia to the Maury Show. Now, when Angelia got pregnant with her daughter, Elena, how cute is she? She was ending a relationship with one man, starting a relationship with her current boyfriend, Drew. In fact, Angelia told Drew that her ex was her unborn baby's father. But then, during her pregnancy, her doctors gave Angelia a new due date. And that due date pointed to Drew being the dad. So now, today, Drew is angry, confused, and desperate to find out if baby Elena is his daughter. Watch.
This DNA test will determine whether or not I stay with Angelia. I only knew her for a couple of weeks before she told me she was pregnant. Our relationship started with a one-night stand. For most of her pregnancy, Angelia told me that I was not the father. Then when she got close to having the baby, doctors got her conception date wrong and she changed her story. As soon as Elena was born, Angelia tried to convince me that I was the father. Just because she thinks the baby looks like me doesn't mean I can trust that. I refuse to be a father to a child without knowing if it's mine. Angelia should be grateful I'm still here. If I'm not Elena's father, I'm walking away from Angelia and this whole situation once and for all.
How about that?
Situation. Seriously, situation.
Yes.
This man has been by my side since I got pregnant, all the way through my whole pregnancy. He was there when she was born. He signed the birth certificate. Why would you do that? Why? Look at that. Look. He is kissing my belly. Why would you do that if you didn't want to be a dad? And here, he's not even like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna make sure you don't fall, but I'm not gonna touch you. I'm barely
so he's
right here.
He's a little distant with you?
Yes, he has been
You're
since like day 2.
You are lying!
Liar!
You're a liar!
Who
You're
lied?
lying!
You said you were ready. You said you'd stay by my side. You're the liar.
Right, okay, right.
Angelia, let's be accurate here. In the beginning, you didn't think he was the father, did you?
No, I had been told my conception date and my due date, and it lined up with my ex. During the whole pregnancy, that is what I was told.
Right.
When I went to get my ultrasound to find out...
You were like, what, 4 or 5 months or
4 or
something?
5 months.
Right.
I found out that I was having a girl, and that the due date was
Later.
different, and it added up to Drew. Like, why would you not want her? She is adorable.
Because how do I know? How do I know she's mine? How do I know?
So then, when you told him that he could be the father, you know, he bought into that, right? And he was with you the whole pregnancy. Did he ever give his doubts during the pregnancy after that?
The whole time he looked up things like, what can she eat? What can the baby eat? Like, what can I do to help her? He would rub my feet. I mean, look at her. Like, look. That's not my nose. The forehead, like, everything. Like, her ears, her forehead, her nose, her eyebrows, her chin. Like, look. Everything.
So as soon as Elena was born, you knew that that was Drew's baby.
Yes, she was an exact replica. I have a picture of his baby photo and her side by side, and it is him. And I don't know why you can't just accept her. Like, why wouldn't you? You sat by me the whole time. Now you want to be like, no, that's not my kid. So why'd you sign the birth certificate?
Just because you think that she looks like me does not mean she is mine. Does not mean.
So she is yours. We will find out today. Don't worry.
What does his family say about all this?
His family agrees with me.
Oh, really?
They say that she looks like him. My friends, my family, we go to couple therapy because of how this is ruining our relationship. My therapist agrees that she is his. She can even see it.
Well, we might as well meet Drew and see what he has to say, all right? Here's Drew. Good to see you. Nice to see you.
What part of that doesn't look like you?
Just because there are similarities does not mean she's mine.
No, she don't even look like him.
Does not mean she's mine.
Like you.
Because what, the brown eyes and the brown hair?
No,
a lot of
that's
people
me
got
too.
brown eyes and brown hair.
What about that forehead? What about everything?
Just
Your
simple
chin.
things.
Your chin, that's not mine.
Those are so simple.
You told my people your entire relationship is on the line today.
Right, correct, Maury. All right, so Angie and I have been fighting non-stop for months, and now it's
That's
like...
because you have been doing this.
Maury asked me a question, did he not? Did Maury
No,
ask me a question?
But
Maury
you're
asked me a
lying.
question,
You're
right?
lying.
Maury
You're
asked me a
fighting
question,
because of
right?
you,
Angelina,
not
Maury
him.
asked me a question, no. It doesn't even feel like we're in a relationship anymore.
You just said
It's
our relationship was based off the
I
fact
am
that I got
responding
pregnant.
to Maury's question.
Well, let's tell the
All right.
truth.
This is what I don't get. Once she decided, with the doctor's help, that the due date was different, you bought into the pregnancy, didn't you?
Correct. I won't deny that. I will not deny that.
I mean, it was a professional. We do realize that,
Right,
right?
but I don't recall I was there. I don't recall I was there.
Not
was
you,
I there?
the doctor.
Was I there?
Okay.
No.
Okay, Maury. Okay.
So you were there?
I wasn't even there.
I see you rubbing stomachs and doing things like that.
Yeah,
Sure,
yes, he was.
of
The whole
course.
pregnancy, he was rubbing my feet. He was giving me nice back massages. He was talking about how what we were gonna name her, everything. Like, look at that. Look. Who does that if you don't want it?
Because it's all for you. It was all for you. Do you not get that? Do you not get that?
So in other words, you wanted to make her feel good while she was pregnant.
Of
Is
course,
that right?
like, I
and
feel
you
like
were
any
doing
man would do the
everything to
same.
make
Make
her
me feel
feel
good.
Of course.
Make me feel good.
Make you feel
You're
good.
trying to make
At the same
yourself
time,
feel good.
at the same time, having your doubts.
Right, of
Okay.
course, yes.
So now
Doubts that were proved by a professional.
the baby comes out, right? It doesn't make your doubts go away, right?
No, it does not.
Why not?
Wait.
Then Maury asked me a question.
That doesn't look like you, right?
I see
Your
some-
baby
I
person
see
that I told you
similarities.
doesn't look like her.
Just because
Where?
of chin and eyes and hair?
Chin,
Come on.
Where? Wait,
Are you not
double
kidding?
chin.
You do
Where
not
does my
use
chin
your
jut
head.
out? It doesn't.
Okay, Maury. Okay, Maury. Okay.
You admit that you're not as close to Elena as you should be.
I will fully admit that.
Good. That's about the best thing you've done the whole
Let
time.
me respond to a question. I will admit that Angelia does
Are you
not...
serious?
Let me answer the question.
No. You want to see
Hey.
how not close he is?
Oh,
You want to
okay.
see how not close?
All
What
right.
part of that looks fatherly? His
Because
face is like,
every
yep, I'm holding
time-
you to make sure you don't
Every
roll.
time, let me answer the question.
Go ahead, Drew.
I will admit she does 95% of the work because I do not want to form a bond with a baby that I am not entirely
You
sure
formed a
of.
bond with her before she was born.
Because
This baby would kick
because
whenever she heard him.
Let me respond. Because you switched it up. Before there was no chance, but then there was a chance.
Because
and
of
then,
a doctor,
and then,
a professional.
And then
Did you
I
go to
wasn't
school?
there.
Did you
I
go to
wasn't
school?
there.
Did you go to college?
I was
No,
not
you
there.
don't
Maury,
know
I was
anything.
not
Hold
there.
it.
She said that she sent him like an email or whatever. I have yet to see that email.
EssentialMyHealth.org. You could have asked me for
I
my
have
login
seen
and my password.
nothing.
You could have asked.
Because
but you did not. No. You don't get to put the blame on me.
Okay. You want to be her father?
Of course, if she's fully mine, then I will step up and be a
Then
man.
why didn't you
I will
step
step
up
up
from the
and be a
beginning?
man.
We're 5
I will
months
step
in.
up.
Maury, my daughter is gorgeous. She is amazing. Why wouldn't you want her to be yours? She is.
I'm not
Look
saying
at
that she's
her.
not a beautiful child.
So why didn't you
I am
start
not
from
saying
the
that.
beginning? Why
Because
didn't you
every
follow
time,
through?
Okay.
He doesn't help
Angelia,
me.
he just wants some
But how
evidence.
is it that he couldn't see that everybody was saying she was his?
You know what this is.
Yes, and I'd
This
like
is
to
the
see it.
truth, and
Yes.
we're going to find out right now. In the case of 5-month-old Elena, Drew, you are not.
What did I say? What did I say? What was said? I deal in facts. All I wanted is facts. That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Then leave.
All I required
Get your out of my
was
apartment.
cold,
The stuff I
hard
paid for.
facts.
Leave. Bye.
That's what I needed.
Bye.
But
Bye.
you don't want to listen.
Bye.
You don't want to listen.
So why'd you start in the beginning? Why did you
Because
even get in the
you
beginning?
keep switching
No,
up. I
you
would have
told
been
me
fine.
you'd be here.
I
You told me
would
you'd be here,
have
and you
been
didn't even
fine.
do anything.
Are you gonna let me
Who
talk?
paid for her?
Let me talk?
No.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Bye.
You don't want to be with him?
If he's gonna sit here and constantly tell people that he was there and he's helped me, no, he hasn't. The only
I never
reason
said
he
I
is
did that.
no, shut up. The only reason he has told you any of that is because everybody has told him that. He didn't help me.
I'm more interested in this. Do you want to be with her?
Of course.
You do?
I'm
That's
fully,
nice.
I will admit that. I would do want to be with Angie.
That's
do?
nice.
Of course.
Okay.
That's
and
nice.
you want to be a father figure in this child's life?
All I needed, Maury, was just the facts. I'm an analytical person. I
Okay.
just needed...
Can you get close to this little girl?
I can.
No, he can't. Emotionally, he is so damaged, he can't even get close to me. How are you gonna help a little girl grow up if you can't even grow up yourself?
You have been pushing me
You
away
didn't
this
need
entire
DNA.
time.
You said she mattered to you and that
were
was
pushing
enough.
me away
You lied.
this
Did you
entire
tell anybody how you
time.
stayed and said it wouldn't matter?
Really?
It didn't matter then.
Really?
Why does it matter now?
Okay.
Okay. Here's the one thing you guys got going for you. You are in therapy, all right?
Correct.
You have a counselor, all right?
Right.
Please rely on that counselor because you've got a lot to get over, and you have and maybe you can make it, maybe you can't.
No, we can't.
But that,
No, it's done today. I can't do this. I didn't care that she wasn't yours. I cared that you stood by my side the whole time. And then when I told you what a doctor, a professional said, then it was all bad.
Want to change, oh, you know what? I hope the other guy is a father. Of course,
Yeah,
I'm
during
going to
an
just be
argument
taken
after
back.
you called me a slut and everything
Yes.
else, so why wouldn't I say mean things to you?
Of
Okay.
course. Wait.
All right, fine. Please go see your counselor, all right?
Oh, I will.
Don't make any rash decisions. This little girl, you know darn well, two-parent families have a better chance than one-parent families.
You are not the father.